1 day or 2 days, how much you are using. For that only you need to pay the bill. Bill will be generated. But the standard plan, if you purchase, suppose a monthly, like you are purchasing like some plans like 100 euro per month for Logic app, you are purchasing some plan like 5 GB RAM or somehow like they have configuration. So that's called standard plan. So you will be get some benefits in the standard plan. Yes, in uh, consumption plan, we will use only create only one workflow. It's very important thing. If anyone will ask what is the difference between consumption plan and standard plan, just mention this is the main important thing. Like you will be create only one workflow in the consumption, but in standard you will be create multiple. Okay, so this is the one. Then we are going to directly in our logic app. Okay, so now if suppose you wanted to see your services, just come to in the resources search, just search here Logic Apps. Click the service, then you will be see this empty page. So you need to click on head. So here this is the difference you can see. Like so initially itself you will be see this page like suppose you are going to use consumption plan. So consumption have some limitations, yes, but in standard plan it's divided in the three parts. But I'm going to, because I'm not going to use standard plan because I don't want to any billing, but for testing related I request just to go with consumption plan. If you are working with any organization, so I suggested use the standard. So here I'm going to click on the multi-tenant consumption plan. Okay, so here you can see like compute is shared, networking public cloud, and pricing is pay per operations, like how much you are using, only for that it will be work. But here in workflow service plan, you will be see like you have compute is dedicated, some like a virtual machine will allocated for only for this your logic app, which name you are going to create, and it will be provide you vnet integration. So you have like a very good networking for your environment. Then you have to depends on pricing for the which plan you purchase. So likewise it will be same. Okay, then I'm going to select here multi tenant, then I'm clicking on select. Yes, so here this page will be the common page. Okay, for the consumption plan we will see only limited options. Okay, but if you click on standard plan, then you will see so many options. Okay, so I'm just doing here for the consumption plan. Then initially itself we have to select the subscription. Suppose you are in any team, so your manager will be guide you like which subscription we have to use, which resource group we have to use. So here I selected, I have only one development subscription, I select this one. For the resource group, I suggested for the logic app related you should create separate resource group, or if you have already environment is there, then you can use, but for the time being I am creating the new resource group. So I'm just testing like product me dash rg. Always which resource you are creating, based on their name, just create the put the dash rg in the end of the resource, so it will be more identifying this resource group. It's dedicatedly created for only logic apps. Okay, then I'm going to select here. Okay, then here we have to put the name. Okay, so I'm just logic apps. Okay, so I'm using the az cloud academy logic apps. Then here you have to select your locations. Okay, so here I'm going to select my location, North Europe, yeah, any locations I'm going to select. Enable log analytics. So we have like two options. So let me enable this one. So it will be get, you will be get more visibility for here. So here I'm going to select like default workspace. It's going to create for you. Let's select this one, or we can select no at the moment. So I'm going to select no, or we can select yes. So for I'm going with default option, not to make confuse you guys. Okay. Then next tag. So here like a tag we will have so many options. So yes, we have to be provide tag, like depends on like which environment, which env it's going to be used. So I'm just going to see like it's a development one, then uh, who is a CFO, like for allowing the cost for this one. So we have multiple options we should allow it here, but for the time being, I'm just putting like ownership, and this is the two, which environment and owner. Okay, then I'm going to create on review and create. Then you can see like we only provided the information about like resource group, name, region, and this. Then click on create. Yes. So now it will be create, like it's a take 2-3 minutes, but yeah. Meanwhile, I will show you other option as well. Yeah, it's a done. Yeah. Consumption will not take much time, but others will take time. Standard will take time because internally it will create the VNet. It will allow you dedicated virtual machines. So everything will be create on demand for your. But for here, the consumption means it will be allocate any virtual machine internally, which shared by the Azure cloud itself. Okay. Then this is the one you will be get the page. Okay. So I'm going to home page here. Then again I'm going I should come here, so you will be see like which logic app I have created. So I created this logic app. Okay, then here we have so many options. So this is the common option you will be see for all those services whichever you created in Azure cloud. So you will be see all this kind of services. So I will explain you one by one, okay, for these services as well as to more understanding for you. But before that, I am going to create the our first logic app flow. Okay, so here you can see development tools. So here you can see initially we have overviews. Overview it means it's information about which we created currently. Okay, we didn't have any trigger right now, we didn't have any actions, and which resource group we have, which locations, subscriptions, IDs, and last run at 24 hours back there is nothing is there. If there any account we added integration, nothing, and you can add the tags. Okay, so only guys we have permission to edit the tag. Okay, other than you won't be have any permission to change the resource name. Whenever you are entering any organization, be careful about the creating the resource name. Naming convention is more important. Okay, once you create it, there is no option to edit the name. So be careful about the creating any resources. Okay, then I'm going to here, this is the important. So sometimes like you need to allow access this. I'm going to access control IAM. So why it's a take the reason of suppose you wanted to allow some people to only access this particular logic app with read only permissions likewise. So you will be add here in the go to here and add the assignment, and you can particular allow. So this is the just overview I'm going to do. I'm not going to give in depth, only my focus is to give you in depth knowledge about the logic app. Okay, then we have resource visualizations. So for this, we didn't have created anything. So it's showing like a only logic app name. But here we have logic app designers. Okay. So we have all kinds of information like a quick start guides. You will be see all kinds of information here. Then you will be see logic app designers. So this is the first important one. Okay, so first of you have to come here development tools, logic app designer. You have to do here whatever you want to make the flow. Okay, so I'm going to click here. Once you will be click here, you will be see this kind eight trigger. You have to write 2 times click, 1 time click, and here what should I do? I am going to create one Azure function. So today agenda is I am going to create one Azure functions. Okay, and from the Azure function, I am going to trigger from logic app to Azure functions. Then we will see the output like how Azure function is triggering or not. So this is the very simple I'm taking only you to understand. Okay, so here this is the like a scheduler I'm taking, and you can see recurrence, and then we have recurrence like initially. Let's go again because you will be get confused. Let me discord. So just to click here add triggers and click on scheduler. So we will have so many inbuilt connectors. Okay, suppose you wanted to connect with any HTTP request or your API management, or if you wanted to connect to suppose like I'm just saying like I just gave the example initially Outlook account. Okay, so suppose new Outlook email has arrived. Okay, or some people has uploaded any email or uploaded the YouTube videos. Okay, so so many connectors available here. So depends on the business requirements. You can see, I think there was here, so some AI services also added. Azure DevOps also added. Suppose sometimes you have pipeline has created and it's completed. On that time you wanted to trigger Logic App and send some email or send some information to your teams. So for this one also we can use the Logic App. And if you want to connect directly database from here to Logic App, so also we have options. You can see all services they introduced. And last month only this AI added in here. So let me check. I think AI one service also they added. So under this data lake also is connected from here, event grid, IoT services. So all kinds of either like a Bitbucket as well as if you wanted to do anything with Bitbucket and want to trigger and make some business thing, you can do. And you document docs and demo. Suppose you are doing something document, okay, but you want to send email and as well as you wanted to store in your blob storage. So how it will be possible? Either you should go manual or either you should go. So see how much it's making easy our life. And almost like maybe 200 plus connector we have availability. So here I'm going to be here like Slack and either uh, messages if you wanted to send offline message, Snowflake and all those flow available. So it's everything depends on us which flow I'm going to create. Okay, so today my agenda is I'm going to create one scheduler. Okay, and scheduler should be trigger my function app, and function app have some like a business logic, and it should be print one hello world program at the moment. Okay, so for here I am going to create my duplicate making this tab. So guys, today's class more on the technical side, not in the business side. So please understand the technical thing. I'm not going to write any code, but Logic App has very beauty. You can just have like a click event and you can do. So here I'm going to create one function app, Azure Function App consumption plan. You won't be get any facility to create the function app on the Azure portal level. So let me create retire again, just selecting this one. Select only consumption one. Then I'm selecting my resource group, then the name one, putting name, then Windows, environment, Node.js, and just Europe. I'm doing this fast because we got the error. So to avoid that error, like I want to some write some code, so then you will be understand for this one. Let it be done fast. Yeah, it's initializing the deployment again. I will delete the other one, which one we created recently. Because why the problem was happened at here, I select flex consumption plan and it was not showing anything at here the moment to do any coding in the portal level to write any custom function, but I wanted to do here, so it will be more just for demo purpose I wanted to create, so it will be more understanding for you. Yeah, it's a loading thing, just it's a progressing. And in Azure, we have 200 plus services. So we can connect with Logic App and we can make the business flow. Let it be deploy this one. Yes, it's a good information. Let me just, if you wanted to collapse, so click here. And guys, don't forget to save. Okay, so this is very important. If you click here, you will be get this message. If you click on OK, then you will be have to discover all those changes. Click on cancel and just save this one. And then let me complete the okay. This one is function of one. Yes. Okay, here. Yeah. You can see I got the function create a Azure portal from here. Like I should create the set up my local templates as here. So I'm going to click create here, and here I wanted to create like HTTP trigger. HTTP trigger in the sense like I'm going to create one API like a backend API. So it will be print only one like a message, hello world, or any message kind of the thing. So let it be load. So we will connect this function app to our logic app, and will every 1 second it will be trigger, and we will see here like a hello world program to like a trigger just. So we wanted to make the connectivity. So likewise, depends on our business requirement, we can make more. And also like I'm just doing planning to do one as well as like connecting, because one business thing currently is going on. People are connecting Outlook with Logic App, and also people are connecting from the storage account to Logic App, and then sending to service bus. So service bus also the same service like Azure Function App. So it's more on the messaging services. Right, exactly. So creating functions. Let's select HTTP. Select HTTP one. Okay. Then next. So you can change here. Like I'm just saying like just creating like Rainbow API. Just one. I'm creating one API. Select the anonymous. Then create. So likewise, you will be see here. Okay. So don't do anything. Just go to logs, and I wanted to see here logs, like this is the log monitor in the Azure. We have monitoring thing also. We can like how our function if it's triggering or not. So let me go to my logic app, and here I'm going to connect this function app to my logic app. So click here plus. Plus means you are making the flow designed for next step. So here what I have done, every 1 second I'm triggering my uh, logic app flow. Then plus add an actions. Here I'm going to like function is choose an function, Azure function. So click here. Then here we created, right? This one, second one I was created. Just click here, and this is the hello API I created. I'm just clicking add, then minimize collapse, then save this one, and we saved, right? Successfully saved. Then go to Azure API. So yeah, it's a triggering. See, it's a yellow world. It's saying like HTTP trigger function proceed request. So likewise, like we are triggering our APIs. So here you can do anything, like suppose you have any business thing, you wanted to trigger your backend code, and then you want to make any email, so you wanted to process some file or do transformation, or it depends on our business requirement. So this is the one scenario I have covered this today. Okay, and here suppose one day you create it, and second day suppose your teammates has created it, you wanted to see how the logic app is working, and you wanted to see the history or everything. Again I'm coming to my Microsoft this Azure, and search here your logic app. Okay, then go to your particular logic app. So in this logic app you will be see mm, see- no, yeah, here. So run history, you will be see all those kinds of history, because I put it 1 second. Okay, so that's the reason it was triggering continuously, and this trigger was happening like continuously every second. You see the time 2:32, 22, okay, and 23, 25, 26 likewise, and then the metrics. Okay, so how the metrics is working. So run started somewhere, how much time is take, like execution time. Likewise also you can click here, and they see the information about like a start time, what time your flow has started, then end time, and it's succeeded or not. So likewise you can see this is the option. Okay, then we have like a logic app code view. So in the code you will be see the coding. If you love to do coding, yes, you can do this one. Okay, and if you don't like to do coding, so directly go in the designer, and you can make like a drag and drop. Only you need only flow. you in your mind you have just a flow, then you can design the workflow without doing any codings. Okay, and we have some logic app templates here. So suppose you wanted to make any uh, anything like a flow. So in the design logic app designers, we are making ourselves. Okay, but here you can see like it's automatically logic app itself, the team, Microsoft Logic App team dedicatedly creates some templates already. So like suppose some people wanted to like data from take the one example. There was like some people need like get weather forecast for today via MSN weather. So they just created the workflow and everything. Okay, you need to just add the flow and you just select, and then you can depends on your you can use. So they already put it their code in the here. Use this template and you can continue. So likewise, like they already created, so we can use here. Then run history. So in the history, it will be show each and everything about our all those flow. Okay, so here it will be have like a more in depth of the understanding like it's a successfully run. Suppose we have 10 flow here, so we can see start time, end time, what was the status and tracking ID, and what was the setting for this one, any code you wanted to see about us, and for this one the same. Okay, so sometimes what happens, suppose one workflow has work on the particular time period. Suppose it's work on the particular time period 12:33, then you wanted to rerun. You don't want to run new, you wanted to rerun. Suppose some failures has happened and then backend file was missing and failures was happened, but again you wanted to rerun, the file is available at the moment, then just resubmit the request here. So it will run only current one, it won't be start any new. Okay, then we have Azure Monitor. So here like in the Azure Monitor, I will take separate sessions, because if I take this session, it's more important for any job openings. If you're going any job openings, so currently they are asking, people are asking about the Azure Monitor and Grafana. There is two monitoring tool currently available in the market. Okay, so this is the related to check our monitor our all those resources in the monitoring. Like we have separate dedicated service for this one. So we are attaching that monitoring and we are doing it here. And this is the task, but we have mostly depends on the Azure App Designer. Yeah. So guys, if you see here Azure App Designer, we have only one workflow we can create. We can't create any multiple workflow in the consumption plan. So you can see like this is the one logic app I created, but inside we won't be get any new options to create any uh, logic app. You can see like they just mention like initially they say like just edit the logic app options. Okay, now you will be see like the options of the edit in designers. So you have like in the consumption plan only one workflow for per logic app you can create. Okay, and in the standard one you will be see here like multiple of the logic apps flow you can create. So see, it's my monitoring is hitting here, so it's a continuously is going on it here. Let me clear this one, so it will be triggering continuously. Yeah, so this is the hitting continuously. So only I have taken the one business case, very simple. Why? Because I want you to do practice. Take some examples, like you are facing some currently some issues in in your database. You wanted to some trigger is happen in database, some values has updated. Okay, in current organization, people how they are using. In my previous experience in database, suppose one new entry is coming with different distributed database, and we are updating in our database, but I wanted to get to know which customers field has updated, because I don't want to go in uh, database and make the query. What I have done the flow, I connect from the Cosmos DB, and I took which trigger has done. So the same customer information I have take and I just make some difference. I have done the transformation in the Azure Function app. Like I took the two values, older one and new value. Then which value is changed? I took that value and I store in our blob storage. And then blob storage is connected from the Power BI. Okay. Then in Power BI, manager or client easily see, okay, this is the 5 customer or 10 customers, they change their address, they change their mobile number. So likewise we can see, and also we can like send back to the client email, like you have updated, this is the information you in your database, in your profile. So is it updated, you or someone, likewise you can take the actions. So likewise so many business use cases